The president should absolutely today say, okay, the gap remains too big. They've talked about that. They've talked about how the gap, the vice president mentioned the same thing. The gap is not going to go down, folks. It's not going to. There is no reason whatsoever to compel the Russian side to come short of any of their maximalist objectives. And what they've been asking for, the so-called June 14 terms, they're not maximalist. Those are entry level. Those are minimalist. And there are a great many in Russia who don't want the country to accept those terms. They want to go all the way. And I think that the most likely course now is that Russia has full expectation that even if it took another year or more of fighting, even if my assessment on the Ukraine military turned out not to be accurate and they somehow did continue to put up fierce resistance, even with diminishing capacity, diminishing inputs, diminishing personnel, they somehow managed to last another year. Plus, all they'll do is delay the outcome and increase the cost to them to do so. This is just is close in human affairs. You can't ever predict because there's always the unexpected. But in any kind of rational assessment, there is no reasonable reason to think that you should risk all of these hundreds of thousands of additional Ukrainian deaths, pointless deaths, on the fictional hope that something does change, because Russia can go on the same methodical pace, or they can really punch it through and go big. All those things are on the table. And we don't know, but it is almost certain where this is going to end. So the best thing that Trump could do, the most rational, the most logical, and the most moral, is to say, we're walking. And now then, Europe and Ukraine, you guys make your own choices. We've made ours. We wish you well, but we wish you would acknowledge reality and make a decision here, because that's what needs to happen. That's how your people can survive and live to have a future. Absent that, we cannot even be sure at this point that there will be a Ukrainian state on the end of this, whenever that may come. Every bit of delay increases the chance that there won't even be the Ukraine state as we know it today. That's what's at stake here. And so I really hope that the president is good to his last word there, which we just had from yesterday, to where he said, I'm getting really happy near the end. I'm not happy about this, etc. That needs to happen today. Every day that delays is just increasing the body count on the Ukraine side. We'll see how that happens.